The summer of 2025 was meant to be a return to normal. Crowded airports, packed hotels, and bustling attractions. Instead, a strange quiet has settled over America's most iconic destinations. Airports like JFK and LAX, once alive with global travelers, now echo with emptiness. Hotels in major cities report high vacancy rates, and even Las Vegas's neon strip glows over emptier sidewalks. This isn't a local slump. It's a nationwide phenomenon, signaling a deep shift in global travel patterns. The culprit? A growing reluctance among international visitors, especially Canadians, to choose the U.S. as their destination. Canadian tourists, once a reliable presence, are now staying away in droves. The absence of their cars on highways and their dollars in tourist towns is a stark warning. America's tourism crisis is real, and it's bigger than anyone expected. The empty hotel rooms and quiet airports aren't just sad sights, they represent a massive financial blow. Tourism Economics forecasts an $8.5 billion loss in international visitor spending for 2025, with some estimates reaching $12.5 billion. The sharpest drop comes from Canada, with a predicted 20% decline in visitors. For every 1% drop in international spending, the U.S. loses $1.8 billion in export revenue. If trends continue, the total damage could hit $21 billion. Unlike other countries seeing tourism rebound, America stands alone in this sharp decline. Millions who once dreamed of the Grand Canyon or Times Square are now choosing other destinations. This isn't just a travel industry problem, it's a national economic crisis. The U.S. is losing its place as a premier global destination, and the consequences are rippling through every corner of the economy. The heart of America's tourism collapse is the Canadian travelers' retreat. Canadian arrivals have plummeted by over 20%, with land border crossings down a staggering 35%. Airlines like Air Canada and WestJet are slashing U.S. routes, reflecting empty seats and lost demand. Surveys show over half of Canadians have canceled or changed U.S. travel plans this year. Many are choosing Mexico, the Caribbean, or Europe instead. What was once a familiar, friendly destination now feels unwelcoming and expensive. Political tensions, safety concerns, and economic pressures have combined to push Canadians away. The Canadian exodus is a powerful symbol of a deeper crisis. America's most loyal visitors are now looking elsewhere for their vacations. Three forces are driving the decline: politics, safety, and economics. America's political rhetoric and America First policies have made many international visitors feel unwelcome. News of social unrest and aggressive border enforcement has raised safety concerns. The UK now warns its citizens they could be detained at the US border, a chilling message for travelers. On top of that, high costs and unfavorable exchange rates make US trips unaffordable for many. Why pay more to visit a place where you feel unwelcome and unsafe? These factors are dismantling America's reputation as a top travel destination. The issue isn't just logistics, it's about how the US is perceived worldwide. Until these core issues are addressed, the flow of visitors won't return. The tourism industry faces a prolonged crisis unless America changes course. Official travel warnings are amplifying travelers' fears. Countries like Canada, the UK, and Germany now caution citizens to be extra vigilant in the US. The UK's advisory warns of possible arrest or detention language once reserved for unstable countries. These warnings turn vague anxieties into official concerns, pushing tourists to choose safer destinations. In Canada, political tensions and negative rhetoric have soured public sentiment. Over half of Canadians have canceled or changed U.S. travel plans, voting with their wallets. The image of America as a friendly, welcoming place is fading fast. News stories and advisories reinforce the narrative of a country that's unpredictable and unwelcoming. Rebuilding trust will require more than marketing, it demands real change in policy and tone. Major cities like New York and Las Vegas are feeling the pain most. New York's luxury retailers, restaurants, and hotels are suffering from the drop in foreign spending. Las Vegas faces layoffs and empty casinos as international arrivals dwindle. Smaller towns like Flagstaff near the Grand Canyon report devastating drops in international tourists. Local businesses, motels, diners, souvenir shops are struggling to survive. The ripple effect touches every part of the hospitality industry, from big cities to small towns. Lost tourism means lost jobs, shuttered businesses, and fading community vibrancy. America's tourist centers are dimming, and the economic shadows are spreading. Unlike the 2020 shutdown, today's crisis isn't about closed borders. It's about perception. Borders are open, but travelers are choosing not to come. Years of political rhetoric and negative news have damaged America's image as a welcoming destination. The America First approach has been interpreted globally as America alone. Potential tourists feel alienated even from close allies. They're not blocked by laws. They're pushed away by a sense of hostility. Rebuilding trust requires more than reopening borders. It demands a genuine shift in tone. The world is watching, and right now, it sees a country turning inward. Until that changes, tourists will keep choosing places where they feel truly wanted. Lost tourism revenue means lost jobs. Over 230,000 could disappear if the decline continues. Housekeepers, servers, tour guides, and retail clerks face layoffs and reduced hours. Hotels and restaurants are cutting staff as occupancy and reservations plummet. The pain ripples out to farmers, suppliers, and small businesses that depend on tourism. Small businesses lacking financial reserves are especially vulnerable to closure. As jobs vanish, local economies suffer, and once busy downtowns become dotted with empty storefronts. The collapse of tourism is a collapse of the communities that rely on it. The impact is real, immediate, and deeply personal for millions of Americans. Tourism leaders aren't giving up. They're fighting to repair America's reputation. The U.S. Travel Association is lobbying for friendlier policies and a more welcoming message. Cities like New York and Las Vegas are launching marketing campaigns to lure back international visitors. But slogans and ads can't overcome genuine fears or negative perceptions. Experts say real change, policy shifts, and a new national tone are needed to succeed. The challenge is immense, but the stakes are higher than ever. Winning back the world means restoring America's place as a crossroads of culture and commerce. The first steps are being taken, but the road to recovery will be long. This crisis isn't just about numbers, it's about who we are as a nation. The decline in international visitors affects our cities, businesses, and neighbors. It forces us to ask, what message are we sending to the world? The loss of tourism shrinks our cultural diversity and global connections. The heart of the crisis is simple. Do visitors feel welcome here? Every community must work to change perceptions, one positive interaction at a time. If you were a traveler today, would you choose the U.S.? Millions are saying no. The path forward depends on proving through actions and attitudes that America is ready to welcome the world again.